wire in the Breeders' Cup Sprint last November, and again loves it here at Del Mar. 8 for 15, lifetime $666,000 in career earnings. Scratched the 6 My Summer Slew, and Smiling Tiger facing, he did beat Concord Point, a Bob Baffert horse in the Lasborough on the 22nd of May. Concord Point went back and set a track record in winning the Grade 3 Iowa Derby at Prairie Meadows in his subsequent start.
Most assume that was Smiling Tiger. The game plan is go out there, challenge Cost of Freedom, and hope you hold on. We got some video in the paddock. One of the friends of the owners got a chance to talk to trainer Jeff Bondi after a call of riders up, and Victor Espinosa was sent out aboard Smiling Tiger. This gentleman pulled from his pocket a program, and on the program he wrote out what he thought was the best game plan for Smiling Tiger in here. And it seems like it's a lot more complicated than just going to the lead. He got Jeff Bondi's attention with it. You see the diagram he wrote out there. He's also got a cute Band-Aid for a cut he has there, a little SpongeBob Band-Aid.
It's family day. It is family day.
It drew a little bit of a laugh. And so, yeah, everyone has their opinion of how Smiling Tiger could possibly beat Cost of Freedom, but you can't take a horse out of their best running style, and for Smiling Tiger, it's to the lead. For Cost of Freedom, he has won from off the pace. He won the ancient title a couple of years ago from off the pace.
Yeah, but he's not going to win this race off the pace.
No, he's going to go to the lead.
He's going to go right to the front.
And Rafa Bejarano thinks the track is pretty good.
Exactly. Bejarano's taking horses to the lead that maybe the connections don't want him to. So with a horse that's had his best on the front end over this racetrack, that's definitely what Raphael is going to do. And this race, it comes up perfectly for Cost of Freedom, you would think. Last start on the 5th of June, a horse who fires so well fresh, so the 2 months in between starts will be perfect for him.
Well, we said Bob Baffert has 2 entrants in here. It's not 2 different owners. It's owner Arnold Zetcher with both, and Christina is with him.
That's right. I'm up here with Arnold and Alan Zetchers. They get set for their 2 runners. Easy's Gentleman right here, named after your lovely wife as well. Let's talk about first, you gave a leg up today. Is this your first time out there doing little trainer duties?
Do you know this is the first time I've ever given leg up, and I think I almost tossed Martine across the other side. But yeah, that was the first time. Maybe we'll see if it's lucky or not lucky. Yeah.
He came off a huge race last time out in the Triple Bend. What has Bob told you about the way the horse has been training since then?
Training really well. We always were going to go with El Brujo in this race, and then last Monday, I believe it was, both of them trained together, and Bob thought Easy Gentleman trained really well and said, let's go ahead and put him in also.
The TVG viewers got a good chance to get a good look at both of your horses. El Brujo, I'm curious, is a new purchase for you. How did this horse come to you, and what went into the decision to acquire this one?
Bob called me, I guess, a few months ago and said they thought they found one up in Canada that might fit into our whole group. And when Bob calls, I listen. So we went ahead and bought him, and we actually were thinking of running him Belmont Stakes Day in New York, and then decided not to do that, bring him out here and freshen him up. And Bob feels he's really been training well also.
Well, Bob's had a good day, so let's hope he can keep that going, huh?
I hope we can. That'd be fabulous.
All right, good luck to you both, Arnold and Alan Zetcher, with the 1 and the 4 in here, guys.
Matt, I'm glad Mr. Zetcher mentioned that, because if you're looking at the past performances right now, Easy's Gentleman, July 26 here at Del Mar, worked 5 furlongs, 59 and through. El Brujo worked 5 furlongs, 59 and 1 on the same day. So he's telling you right there was in company. El Brujo was 2/5 of a second faster than Easy's Gentleman.
Doing very well, and another horse coming in this race off a little bit of a layoff.
Cost of Freedom is still the one to beat with his trainer, Simon Bray.
Yeah, here with John live, and probably, I got to say, one of the best claims over the last several years. On John, claim for 50,000, won over $500,000. What can we expect from Cost of Freedom today? He's a horse, clearly, if you look at the PPs, he can only string 2 or 3 races together. He's coming off a bit of a freshening. How are we shaping up today?
I'm shaping up well. He's the track record holder. This has been one of his best surfaces, so we were pointing for this race after his last race. We usually skip the 7s and keep him at 6. He's a really nice horse. He looks good. He's trained up well, and we're not going to get fancy. We're going to let him do what he does, run in front and get brave.
And from an opposition point of view, if they go with you, it's probably at their risk, really.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to hook us into us, it's going to hurt them. So we'll see. First time with a new rider, and Raphael worked him the other day, and he was really enthusiastic about the way he works. So we're looking forward to running this race.
Thanks a lot, John. I know you got Gary Barber right down here just looking on. Gary, always anxious moments for an owner before a big race, huh?
Yeah, it is. But he's training well, as John said, and he's just been a fabulous horse to own, and he's given us a lot of thrills.
You've given us a lot of thrills in the sport as well. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
All right, best of luck, guys.
All right.
Matt, I think one of the most phenomenal parts to that claim, they claimed this horse for $50,000 in July of 2008 here at Del Mar. They've had 7 starts with him since that time, and look at what they've accomplished.
That's why I was saying that not only was it a great claim of the Barbers, but an unbelievable job by John Sadler. I like what John was saying. You know, this horse's strength is he's faster than everybody else. So why take that strength away from this racehorse? Even if there's other speed in this race, you don't want this horse to do something that he's not as good at, and that's maybe raiding or sitting in second behind a horse like Smiling Tiger. This horse is faster than everybody else. They're not going to take away that strength, and they're not going to get cute in this spot. And they have the best horse according to the public. This is a horse that's probably the best sprinter right now on the West Coast, arguably as good a sprinter as we have in the country right now. Let him do his thing, and if he wins this race, he will do it gate to wire.
Now, he has flopped as a heavy favorite in smallish fields before. Some would point to last September at Del Mar in the Pirates Bounty. He was a 50-cent favorite on the dollar in a field of 5. He got dueled into submission, finished next to last. What would be your counterpoint to that?
At the time, it looked like, wow, how could he lose that race? But the horse who beat him won the Breeders' Cup Sprint in Dancing in Silks. And then the Ancient Title, that pace was ridiculous. In Gallego, it set up for him from well off the pace. Crown of Thorns, who was second, also was well back early on. So I think pace cost him the Ancient Title, and he didn't run a very good race to a horse that ended up winning the Breeders' Cup Sprint for Carla Gaines, Dancing in Silks.
As we look at the 7 Smiling Tiger, who's ultra quick in his own right, what type of fractions are you expecting from these 2 horses, Cost of Freedom, Smiling Tiger, if they're dueling out there? What's the quarter? What's the half?
It's going to be really this track is playing really fast right now, isn't it? We had a route race at 22-2 with Ranger Hartley. The last race in which St. Isabel, in just a one other allowance event, was kind of flying 22-2, I think, early on in that race. I mean, you might see a really quick opening quarter. You're going to see, I think, Todd, you're going to see 21-2, 21-3.
That is very fast.
Does that sound about right to you, the way this track's playing right now with horses of this quality?
So then you're saying a half mile in sub 45, so something in 44 and change?
For sure. Yeah, I would say closer to 44 than 45.
Okay, then the final teletimer question here. The track record sits there at 6 furlongs and 108-1. Even Easy's Gentleman is capable of getting within that range. Cost of Freedom.
It's going to be close.
See a track record?
It's going to be close.
Christina, who do you like to win the Bing Crosby?
Because of the pace scenario, guys, I'm going to end up with the 3 Scenic Blast from Off the Pace, the Aussie bred. I did a little research on these Australian races that he's won. That Newmarket handicap, that's the best sprint race in all of Australia, and he won that one quite a while ago, but he's definitely got some back class. Some of the horses that he competed against in Australia as well, Swiss Ace, a multiple Group 1 winner, Weekend Hustler, 7 or 8-time Group 1 winner, so some good company that he's kept. John Sheriffs tends to take his time to get these horses to round into form, and if looks could kill, God, he looks so good out there. I'm going to go with Scenic Blast. Simon, who are you going to look to in here?
Well, I'm going to be so obvious here. I'm going to go with the favorite, Cost of Freedom, a horse who clearly loves this track. He's 3 for 5 over the track. You just heard from John Sadler moments ago. He's training well. And I was hanging out with the Barber boys and their son Darren in the paddock before the race, and they're very, very confident here with Cost of Freedom. Matt, who do you like? I know it's not the favorite. You never pick favorites.
That's right. Yeah, I hope Christina's right. I like Scenic Blast. I singled this horse into late pick 4. I got a little help with that 9-1 shot in the first leg. Got some coverage in the last leg. So I like Scenic Blast to run down Cost of Freedom and pull the upset.
No matter who you've selected here in the Bing Crosby, good luck to you. Look at the final odds as they start to move in a line. Cost of Freedom is now a 3-5 post-time favorite. He moves forward. The field is loading quickly. Let's go all access with Gary Brinson and his crew. Then Trevor Denman will bring you the call of the Grade 1 Bing Crosby.
They got one back.
Here's Smiling Tiger. Going in.
Whoop, look out, got one up the doors.
All set for the Bing Crosby.
Wait.
Right. And away they go. On the inside, Easy's Gentleman began well. Now it's Smiling Tiger taking over. Smiling Tiger kicking away. Cost of Freedom was a little slow to get going, but Cost of Freedom shooting up on the extreme outside. Using a lot of energy, but Cost of Freedom going all the way up to second now. Scenic Blast is right there with him as Easy's Gentleman takes back to second. In behind that is Al Brujo and Sky K Blast 5 off the leader. Into the turn they go, and Smiling Tiger's on a loose rein. He couldn't be going any quicker. He's a length and a half to Cost of Freedom. Scenic Blast. Easy's Gentleman now been asked to come after them. 4.5 off the leaders, then Al Brujo and Sky Cape. They're coming to the quarter pole now, and Smiling Tiger in front by 2. Cost of Freedom chased after in second. Easy's Gentleman, Al Brujo and Scenic Blast. Heads a turn for home in the Bing Crosby now. Smiling Tigers, breathing fire. He's got to find more. He's taken on by Scenic Blast. Easy's Gentleman, Cost of Freedom, not his day today. Smiling Tigers digging deep. He keeps on finding. And the more they asked, the more he gave. And Smiling Tiger, a tenacious winner of the Bing Crosby under Victor Espinosa. Smiling Tiger to Scenic Blast, Easy's Gentleman, El Brujo, Cost of Freedom, and Sky Cape.
I don't know what the game plan was in the program, but Smiling Tiger comes with his best game. That is getting to the lead. Once there was the slow break by Cost of Freedom, Smiling Tiger was alone on the lead, and wow, did he take advantage to win the Bing Crosby. Opening quarter mile 22-2, the half in 44-3, and he was finding.
Yeah, and they just coasted home at that point. But you're right, Cost of Freedom did not break well. And then Smiling Tiger, a horse with ability, a horse with a lot of upside, a horse who ran the best race of his career in his last start in the Lasborough, beating a very good Baffert horse in Concord Point, found himself on the front end, and you combine that with the fact that he's cutting back a furlong from 7 furlongs to 6 furlongs. He's able to finish very well. Scenic Blast ran his race, and easy to say, in hindsight, maybe if Cost of Freedom is out there with Smiling Tiger, it sets up a little better for Scenic Blast. That wasn't the case, and Smiling Tiger able to go gate to wire, and Cost of Freedom out of that comfort zone, not able to get the lead, and doesn't finish in the top 4.
7-3-1-4 is your top 4. 7-1, 7-1, over 3-1, over 9-1. Smiling Tiger, a 3-year-old, taking on older horses and dominating the Bing Crosby here, and a upset indeed here. Simon?
Yeah, a big smile on the face of Jeff Bondi. You got to be very, very happy with that result, Jeff.
Oh, that was very, very exciting. I've won a lot of grade 2s and 3s. I've never won a grade 1. I've lost I don't know how many photos in grade 1. So it's finally my turn.
The favorite missed the break. Was your plan always to engage with him, even if it made the lead?
Absolutely. My horse likes to fight. We were going to go.
All right. Congratulations, getting the winner's circle. Jeff Bondi, the 3-year-old, taking on older horses for the first time and getting the grade 1 win.
Yeah, that is significant in the Bing Crosby to see a 3-year-old step up like that. Smiling Tiger, it is official, returned 1780. Still trying to figure out what happened with Cost of Freedom. Let's go back to that break here. Jeff Bondi said we were going no matter what, but in the end, Cost of Freedom was the one who wasn't there.
He just leaps in the air. I mean, it is leaps, stumbles, and then kind of loses all shot. And a horse that we thought would be on the lead is literally last. But again, Bejarano aboard a horse that wanted to be in front. Then he was kind of forced. I don't think at that point he could have said, well, I got to rate right now in last. And you have to try to rush up after that bad start. And when he rushed up and got into contention, he just ran out of gas pretty early on in the race. And Smiling Tiger had the picture-perfect trip and a huge win for a Northern California trainer who has had a fair amount of success in Southern California over the last several years, Jeff Bondi.
Gotta give a lot of credit to the Lasborough, as you pointed out, Concord Point returning to win the Prairie Meadows Derby, and then Smiling Tiger here returning to beat older horses, the Bing Crosby, and leads a parade of nice prices in here. Look at this, small field, big price, a field of 6, and you get $17.80 on Smiling Tiger over Scenic Blast, who went off at the same price, so the $2 exact to $105.80. And look at that pick 3,
nickel,
$487. That's the first 3 winners in your pick 4 sequence.
You look at Smiling Tiger, he's lost 3 times. 2 were to Looking at Lucky, best 3-year-old in the country here at Del Mar as a 2-year-old. The other, a turf sprint opening night at Hollywood Park in the Harry Henson, in which that race sort of collapsed a little bit. Smiling Tiger ran great in that race to only be beaten a half length. But again, he's a very good racehorse, but definitely aided by the terrible start for Cost of Freedom.
And you see the final time, 6 furlongs, 109-1. Smiling Tiger taking the Bing Crosby. And we still have a race to come, about 22 minutes until the 9th and final here. Let's take a look at the complete order of finish brought to you by Trackus. You'll see the feet traveled here by the winner and everyone else in relation. Sky Cape finishes last. The biggest disappointment, clearly, Cost of Freedom, your 3-5 favorite, is next to last and beaten 8.5 lengths.
Yeah, but again, I think a major excuse. I mean, that was a really bad break for him. Scenic Blast ran a terrific race, I thought, first time over synthetic to finish second. Obviously, your winner did as well, and Sky Cape just overmatched. Not as classy, combined with a year layoff. I think Easy's Gentleman and El Brujo were both a little on the disappointing side in this race. Both horses for Bob Baffert, but Bob still had a good day. You can't win every big race.
A lot of drama from beginning to end at the Bing Crosby with that slow break by Cost of Freedom. We're going to take you through the entire replay, but this time listening to the owners of Smiling Tiger as all of this happens. You would think that they're going to be a little bit surprised that they ended up with a clear lead, but let's see how they respond as Smiling Tiger is at the lead at every pole.
Whoa, get straight, get straight. Whoa, 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 whoa. Straighten out. There you go. Oh, oh, he stumbled.
That's go, 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 go.
Oh, my God.
Come on, Tiger. Come on,
buddy.
Come on, baby. Come on, Tiger.
Come on. Smooth. Smooth. Smooth.
Come on, Tiger.
Come on, buddy. Come on.
Come on, Tiger.
Come on. You can do it.
Come on.
Nice.
Come on, Victor.
Come on, Victor.
Stay with him, Victor.
Come on, boy.
Come on, Victor.
Come on, boy. Have some run today.
Come on, buddy.
Inspiring good right now.
Come on,
Get
Victor.
tired.
Come on, Victor.
Come on, big guys.
Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. All the way, Victor.
Bring it home, Victor.
Stay with him,
Bring
Victor.
it home, Victor.
Come on, Victor. Stay with him, Victor.
Stay with him. Stay with him. Stay with him.
Tiger.
Come on, Tiger. Go. Come on, Tiger. Please. Please go. Come on, Tiger. Go, Tiger. Go. 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 Go.
Your girl's waving at you, Phil.
And you can hear there the connections. We're watching Cost of Freedom at the break as much as they were Smiling Tiger. They referenced the stumble by Cost of Freedom, and then they knew they had a great opportunity. I think one of the best moments after that is trainer Jeff Bondi as he starts to realize a Grade 1 win is at hand.
Yeah, and they were happy with the stumble of Cost of Freedom. This is a Grade 1. This is $250,000. And once they realized that Cost of Freedom was okay, nothing was wrong with Cost of Freedom. Again, you're trying to win this race, and obviously you have a real good chance of winning this race when your main competition misses the break.
Let's get on to our final race now. There might be some